Welcome back, everyone, to Living My Yoga, where yoga starts where you are. Thank you so much for joining again. Today, we're going to get into a very unsexy topic, but something that's still very important: surrender. How do you surrender? Sometimes we look at surrender as being a weakness, yet, surrender is actually the highest form of spiritual strength. And when you're surrendering, you're not surrendering to a person. You're surrendering to the will of God, or Gus, as someone taught me recently. God, universe, spirit. However way you look at it, it's not a person and it's not a weakness. So don't think of it as, oh my goodness, if I allow this person to have their way, or this doesn't go the way I want, then this person wins, or I'm letting this person get away with something. No, you are not surrendering to a person. You are allowing things to be absolute, absolutely okay as they are. So when you fight against what is, you suffer. And when you create suffering, this is different from some kind of pain that comes upon you, because pain is normal. There is pain. If somebody hits you, you're going to feel pain. This is not make believe. Pain is real. Yet suffering is something that you create for yourself. It's sort of like if something was going on with your knee and you are literally in pain. It is painful and it hurts. Now, what's going on with your knee doesn't necessarily affect your whole body. So when you start to wail and you start to get really emotional, or you really start to tell yourself, oh my goodness, I can't believe this happened to me. What did I do? How did I make this happen? You create suffering. And that suffering doesn't help protect your next best self. Your present moment is actually being affected. Your future self is also being affected by this suffering because you're carrying it on with you. And that continues to be a form of non surrender. So, surrendering to what is allowing yourself to see, okay, I hurt my knee. And this really, really hurts. Like, I wish this is not the situation I'm in right now. Yet you are. And because you're in that situation, you're dealing with it, but you don't have to deal with it in a way that causes you more angst. You can actually allow that pain to sit in a place that is centered. It doesn't have to travel through your whole body. It doesn't have to travel through your whole mind. You can let it go and just let it reside just in the knee. So right here, we're going to practice surrender. And one of the best ways to practice surrender is through meditation. When you meditate, you allow the whole world to be as it is, and you just sit still. Meditation is not nothing. Meditation is where everything is created. So when you have great ideas, you know why sometimes they come in the shower? Because showering is actually a form of meditation. You're sitting there supposedly doing nothing, just allowing the water. You're reuniting with water. We are over 70% water. So it's a reunion that goes on every time you're in water. And when you're in that water, your mind is empty. You're at peace. It feels so good, especially if the shower is nice and hot. And when you're sitting in there, you're able to get downloads in supposedly a nothing moment, just a regular activity, you just doing your day to day, that this download gets to enter you. That's sort of what meditation is. When you're sitting there and you're observing your breath, you're observing the sensations of your body, you're allowing life to happen, and you do not have to contribute to the mess. You don't have to contribute to that monkey mind that constantly keeps telling you, jump here, do this, do that, touch this, call this person, look at this mail, look at this message. You're just like, whatever is going on right now at this moment, I am choosing to sit in silence. And the more you're able to listen to your breath, you can control your nervous system. Over 70% of our detoxification happens in our exhale. Our exhale is so powerful Imagine if you actually did it more consciously. If you understood how your breath changes according to your emotions, you would start to listen and feel those sensations a lot more. Imagine if you were in a stressful situation where things were not going your way, things that you wanted just were not happening. And we all know how many times in life things happen the way we want. Like zero. Like things could happen. Like you could wish, okay, I want to go to this college, or I want to meet this person, I want to get this job, I want to go to this place. It might happen, but will it happen exactly the way you want? Probably not. There are going to be some variables that are very much so different. Even if it's not adverse, even if it's not horrible, it's not going to be exactly the way you planned it. And in situations where things don't go the way you want, your breath, your mindfulness will make sure that you stay balanced. And it's only within a balanced state of mind that you can actually achieve your highest self. So I want you to constantly go back to your breath. You can do it through different breathing practices like Brahmari, which is an Indian beat, where you're just going to hum. Like the inhale, and then hum out the exhale. Humming is so maternal. It's like old grandmothers cooking in the kitchen humming. Or when you hear a good sounding song and you want to like, you want to kind of hum it out because it's just a place for humming. Or if you want to feel something in your body and it's like your body's in pain and you're like, this is a form of humming. Or sometimes sexually, when we're having a phenomenal time, we hum, we make sounds because it soothes us, it complements our feelings, it makes everything better. We don't hum to annoy people, we hum because it's comforting. However, imagine if you started to hum on demand, not just unconsciously happening just, randomly, and you didn't even realize it until someone said, "Can you stop making those noises?" I promise you, you are not making sounds because you want to annoy people. You're making sounds because humming literally soothes you. So when you start to take more conscious hums, you can move yourself in a different place. Another breathing practice is Ujjayi. Ujjayi sort of sounds like Darth Vader for some of you that used to watch Star Wars. You inhale, and on the exhale, you kind of itch the throat. This is a form of breath restriction. Great if you're dealing with any thyroid issues. Great if you have something that you want to express and you're not able to. It's good to give focus to this area of your throat. And it's also good for focus in general. All breath practice is because it's done mindfully. So you're focused right on that breath. So you can do Ujjayi breath, inhaling and exhaling. It takes a little bit of practice, but you're simply restricting. It's sort of like you have like a piece of potato caught in your throat, and you're just trying to move it through. So imagine you're inhaling. And then exhaling. Inhaling. And then exhaling. You can already feel the comfort when you do that. I know it sounds super weird, yet it's super soothing. So when we're speaking about surrendering and using our breath to do that, your breath is a connection. It's a connection to your nervous system. And when you're trying to surrender, a lot of times your body and mind won't work with you. So when you use your breath, you can actually do something that no one sees. It's like your superpower. You could be in a meeting, like a really like very conflicted board meeting or just whatever meeting you're in, and things are going on and you don't know what to do, don't know what to say, and really you're not at a place you could say anything, you can actually go into your breath and breathe. It doesn't have to be the Ujjayi. It actually can be any breathing pattern. What you're doing is consciously breathing. And when you consciously breathe, you are taking your monkey mind back into your hand. You're saying, I'm not going to let you go on this journey. I'm going to stay right here in a balanced state of mind. And once again, in a balanced state of mind is the only place that your highest self-development is possible. And that's what we're all achieving. We want to make sure that with everything that's going on, because normally when we're not surrendering, something is going on that we don't want. The last thing you want to do is add more mud or more salt to that situation. You don't want to be salty, as they say. You want to make that situation better, and not in a fake way. You want to make it better in a real way. And what breath work does, it helps you to see things as they are. That's what surrendering to the law of absolute, surrendering to the will of absolute, because certain things just are what they are. So you fighting with it or you sitting there like blaming yourself is sort of like dropping spilt milk. You remember that? You remember that old, like, oh my God, I dropped spilt milk on the floor, and like you're upset. I can't believe I dropped spilt milk. What am I gonna do? And like all of this angst, all of this anxiety is not helping to pick up the milk. However, if you simply see things as they are, the milk is on the floor. And now I have to clean it. Earlier today, I had to go out in the cold because I had put a big mirror outside that was already outside, but I positioned it in a place so that when the goats and the sheep would look, they would see themselves. And I find that funny sometimes. And it broke. It's been out there for years. So it broke. And I was out there in the cold picking up pieces to make sure that, none of it would injure the animals, and to make sure that it didn't get too far away from where it started so that I knew where the pieces were so I could clean it up better. Yet I was out there in the cold and it was raining. We all know there's inclement weather right now. So I had to simply center myself, put on some gloves, and this is like a huge mirror that broke. And I had to center myself and just clean it. Had I been like, oh my goodness, I can't believe this. Why did I put it there? Oh, it was just good there the other day. This is so stupid. Like if I had to tell myself these stories, like the mind likes to play games with you. And the mind is not like your enemy. And I don't want you to make your mind your enemy, but your mind is just looking for somewhere to settle. And it doesn't really matter. It doesn't care what you choose. As long as it keeps you hopping from one branch to the other, it's going to keep going. And all you're doing with your breath is you're taking it back in. You're taking inventory, taking control. So I'm going to teach you a breathing practice that's going to allow you to have a balanced state of mind. It's going to be alternate nostril breathing, where we're going to go from one nostril to the next, and we're just going to get ourselves balanced. So wherever you are right now, sit up tall. And I want you to take your right hand with your thumb, close your right nostril, and exhale out of the left. Then inhale through the left. Then close both nostrils down and exhale out of the right by closing up the left nostril. With the left nostril closed, inhale through the right. Close up the right, exhale out of the left. Right nostril closed, inhale through the left. Close the left with the little pinky and exhale out of the right. Eyes closed, attention inside. Inhale through the right. Close up the right. Exhale out of the left. Inhale through the left. Close up the left. Exhale out of the right. Inhale through the right. Close up the right. Exhale out of the left. Inhale through the right. Inhale through the left. Close up the left. Exhale out of the right. 2 more rounds. Inhale through the right. Exhale out of the left. Inhale through the left. Close up the left. Exhale out of the right. Inhale through the right. Close up the right. Exhale out of the left. And release. Hold here for a moment. Eyes closed. Breathing in and out of your nose. As the thoughts come, allow them to come and allow them to go. Remembering that you are not your thoughts. You are not this body. You're not even this mind. Maybe put a little smirk or a smile on your face. Sitting up nice and tall to allow all your chakras to line up from the root to the crown. And bring your palms together reluctantly, because I could stay here for a while. Bring your palms together reluctantly. Rub the palms together. generate some heat, remembering that all transformation starts with fire. A yogi says this in her class. I love when she says it. And take your palms, bring them over your eyes. Feel the warmth, feel the energy, feel the transfer of love and safety and strength through surrender. Blink your eyes a couple of times and then release. That was so good. I want to offer you guys a beautiful new program that I have. It's not new, yet it's something that I'm now opening up to more people outside of my general yoga students. It's a program that's going to help you gain accountability through your intuition. And it's a proven program. That's one of the reasons why I haven't really introduced it to much people, because I wanted to see if it works. And it has been working. And it's something that I think all of you can benefit from, especially with this new year that's here, is potentially a free program. And I say potentially because it depends on you. It depends on you and how you do in it. So if you are interested in learning more on how to get things done and how to be more accountable to your intuition, DM me if you want to DM your life, if you want to deny mediocrity. And we will get started right away to move you to your next best self. All right, we will talk super soon. I see a lot of messages coming through. I'm wondering what these messages are saying. Yet I'm not going to be able to read it and talk. So we'll kind of just let that go for next time. And I appreciate you guys being here. And I look forward to seeing you guys again for Living My Yoga. Namaste, guys. Ooh, we did it. Oh my goodness. All right, let me get to my breathwork class. Have a great day, guys. Bye.